So I'll keep this relatively short. This is my high school graduation speech, and I hope you enjoy.
It is now my honor to introduce the student choice speaker, Matthew Sue.
You saved the best for last. No, I'm just kidding. Let's give one more round of applause for Kieran Cooper. They really set the bar high, so I gotta be on my A game. All right. Good evening. My name is Matthew Sue, and on behalf of the class of 2021, I would first like to give a special appreciation to the esteemed faculty, staff, and teachers for their enduring hard work this past year and a half, making sure that despite what everyone's gone through, we still received an amazing education. And also to the parents and family who have been with us these past 18 years. You've taken care of us, bathed us, hopefully not anymore, and supported us. Words alone can't show our immense gratitude for you. So here's a thumbs up too. A few months ago, I, along with the rest of the seniors on the McDowell swim team, were invited to a senior celebration of sorts at one of our houses. The season had just ended, and approaching graduation, it was a great way to reflect on our years at McDowell. We were really there to connect with one another, and knowing we may never experience something like this again. Now, we were only there for a few hours, and yes, we did share and reminisce about our experiences at McDowell, of when we were flailing freshmen, which only lasted about a few minutes. But that wasn't what made this celebration memorable. So there we were, about a dozen 18-year-olds in a room with no parents, and with the house all to ourselves, we did what any group our age would do. We played hide and seek. At one point, one of the parents came to check up on us. I think she's here. Her daughter's graduating, so I would think so. But anyways, before she left, she decided to get some food out of her fridge. Yeah, no big deal. I was behind the fridge, and like high school, I didn't know if I was going to make it out. Yeah, bad joke. For the past year and a half, we've had to be resilient and indestructible, especially in the face of adversity. Normally, other graduation speeches, especially ones from other years, will tell you they've had a rough year and they were still able to graduate. Yeah, right. We've had forest fires, killer bees, the election, YouTubers boxing against professional fighters, and countless other events that significantly impacted us. Somehow, TikTok is getting more popular, and I didn't think I'd ever say that I met my girlfriend on a Zoom call. And by the way, it's been going on for about 10 months now, so I'm still on par. Yet, despite all this, we've had moments where we could be kids again. Remember what that felt like? The feeling of ebullience and joy? Not having a care in the world? Especially to the parents and teachers. Don't you ever reminisce about your childhood and teenage years? Playing hide and seek gave me this realization. Our high school experience was all about growing up together. Sure, we matured, but we never really grew up. For the past 4 years, we've all spent time together, making memories. I've always been scared by the idea of growing up, realizing that I might not become an astronaut or a famous actor, but probably just a Joe working a 9-to-5 job. Sorry to anyone named Joe. The one upside we failed to see about the pandemic was that we were able to embrace our inner 8-year-old. The stress that came with normality was gone. We let go of our barriers and the need to know how, and because of this, we began to dream again. As some of you may know, I had a YouTube channel back in middle school, and I'm embarrassed to say, you can probably still find it. However, to this day, I have kept that same childish mentality. I'm still making videos, being the kid I always was. We only have a limited amount of moments in time. It's up to us to decide how many of them are going to be remembered. Stop reminiscing about your childhood and start experiencing it now. Don't work to settle, rather, work to stay childish. Our childish behavior is what primes our curiosity to do more. Whether it be meeting or simply talking to the people around us, each interaction and new experiences is irreplicable and unique. Sure, you need to be mature when you have to, and yeah, there are times and places where you need to be. but don't lose the fun. Growing old is inevitable, but growing up is optional. Fashion poet and my middle school crush, Lavagirl, says, "Everything that is or was began with a dream." Create new experiences and dream with your eyes open. Become an astronaut, fight Floyd Mayweather, play hide and seek. Because in the end, we'll always be leaving as the child we've always been. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
So you're at the end of the video. You can click off, do whatever you want, or you can stay because I have a few insights about my speech that I just want to kind of put into the video if you're interested. Now, they gave me weeks to write the speech, but I didn't write it until 2 hours before graduation. Now, we had rehearsal that morning and they made me practice the speech beforehand, but because I didn't have a speech ready, I kind of just made something off the top of my head and tried talking as smoothly, precisely, and concisely as possible so that they'd think I had it down. No one really paid attention when I was just practicing because it was more like a mic check, but they were like, "Oh, you need to get your speech ready beforehand," because they gave me like a month to do it. But again, I didn't write it until 2 hours before graduation. And that's probably why you see my head bobbing up like this. Like, in retrospect, it looks so bad. I didn't know I was doing it until I was watching the video. So there are two things I learned from this speech. One, prepare beforehand, memorize. You don't have to completely memorize, but if you do, it'd be a lot better because then you wouldn't look like a bobblehead. And two, talk about what you're passionate about. You know, for me, it's all about the mindset and staying a child. I want to stay a child. I want to achieve the dreams I've aspired since I was about 6 years old. Now, I know my speech wasn't as good as a lot of other people's that you see on YouTube. That doesn't really bother me that much. Okay, maybe it bothers me a little bit. I just wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. And hopefully I sent my message out and people could just relate to the thoughts that I kind of spoke in front of thousands of people. For the outro of this video, I want to thank Mrs. Clear, who helped me a lot throughout my middle school and high school career, especially on the final edits of my speech, or at least that confirmation that my idea for the speech was a good idea. She was like the only person that didn't really care I followed the script of what a normal graduation's supposed to look like. Next is Dr. Roberts, because he mentioned me in his speech, and his speech was phenomenal. Everyone, students, friends, family, everyone in my life. And each little interaction has kind of touched me in a way that makes me who I am today. Hopefully any words that I said you could relate to also. I mean, if you're still in high school, good luck. Hopefully you can give a graduation speech and make it better than mine, which shouldn't be that hard. It's just the beginning. Peace. I'll try to post more. See you later.
She looks shawty, Asian bitches, man, they make me so horny. Put it in a booty and I'm recording. Call me a simp little bitch, I'm reporting. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 traps and they got asses. I got 1, 2,